Hello, and thank you for watching again. Today we have a special treat. I've got all my supplies laid out on the table, and what we're going to be doing today is essentially a high impact collision course that will hopefully give us some really interesting results on two surfaces at once. I'm going to break it down through the materials real quick, and then we're going to get started. For this, we might need some butane to help with the silicone, which will show our cell formation increase. I have some stir sticks, I have my paint cups, my colors of paint, 2 wood blocks that I was gifted by a friend, and a little paintbrush. Let's clean this up and we're gonna get started. Alright, what we got is our gold and our blocks. What I'm gonna be doing in the video is covering both of the wood blocks in this gold paint using this brush. This paint is not going to be modified with floetrol or any other paint extender, just a quick coat of gold paint onto the blocks. This will ensure that we don't have to modify the fluid acrylics that we're going to be adding later. For example, I don't want to have to rotate the block or use my fingers to wipe it along the edges, because I'm expecting we'll get some interesting patterns out of this, and I want to preserve that as much as possible. So we're doing this preparation step where we add the gold first, and that way we don't have to worry about any exposed wood or any areas that haven't had paint put on them. Let's get started with the gold paint. Alright, we are back, and look at what we've got here. First, I've got my 2 little wood blocks, all nice and golden, shiny in the lights that I have on my desk at kind of weird angles, but there they are. You can see nice shiny gold on all sides. And then over here, I've got some turquoise paint that I mixed from, let me get the light up here for you. I got turquoise paint that I mixed from the neon blue and green that we saw at the start of the video, plus a tiny bit of white paint just to lighten up the color a bit. I got some black paint, and I have some off-white creamy light paint there. I believe I ran out of it, so I threw the tube away, but let me see what that says. The tube was Folk Art brand number 450 or parchment. That was that color. But here we go, this is the fun part. So I'm going to readjust the camera real quick so we get better lighting. And here's what we're going to do. Normally, if you remember, when you're preparing a flip cup or a dirty pour, or when you're thinking of how you want to get the paint onto the canvas, you want the white paint or the closest to white paint to be on the top so that it'll sink through the other layers, push the paint up through it, and create those nice cell shapes. That's what I said. But what we're going to be doing here is dropping this wood block onto the other wood block, so one side will be up, one side will be down. There's no real way to set that. So in this case, it doesn't quite matter what order we get the paint in. We're just going to have some fun with it. I will start with a little white, some of this parchment color, dribble a little shape there, then some turquoise. And if you remember, the name of this technique is a puddle pour. A little black. I think I might have thinned that black a little bit too much. Unless that's just the silicone, but it looks a little stretchy to me. And a little black. So I guess I'm just alternating between parchment, black, and turquoise. And we've got this nice little set of rings coming out here. I'm going to top this off with another little bit of parchment, and we're about to have some fun. Carefully scoot this, center it up for you. I'm going to pretend there's something that I don't like there, and I'm just going to Whew. Alright. I'm almost scared to open it. Look at this gore. Okay. We have some rundown on one side, so I'm going to run down on the other side too. That might have been a mistake. Whatever. We're here to have fun. And here's the moment of truth. Big reveal. Careful. Whew. It pretty much completely blended the turquoise. But we are getting some interesting cell shapes. And since I like that turquoise color, give it a quick stir, take my little stir stick and just kind of fling some. It's not flinging quite as well as I'd hoped. But there we go. Fling. That should be good for right now. So, just a quick little note on this. If I were to record our findings, this method of slapping it together was very effective at moving the paint, as it's been moved all over the place. It was also a little too effective at blending the paint. We lost pretty much all of the original turquoise tones and ended up with a big mix of black and off-white color. But the silicone was still functional. We still got a lot of cell shapes in the middle, and overall it behaved as expected of this style of acrylic pour painting. Where's my torch at? I got my butane torch here. Gonna give it a quick pass over the surface just in case. I got a little motion here on the sides. Alright, so we got some color in here. We got some interesting effects. And all in all, I'd say it was a lot of fun. I hope you had fun watching. And while we're here, I think I might even set these off to the side. I'm going to use that paper towel I was just washing my hands with to clean off some of the surface area. And these colors are just so much fun that I'm going to try doing a little swipe along this paper itself, just because. A little bit of black paint there, and some parchment, pretty much the rest of the parchment, and wrap it up with a little more turquoise. Then usually want to start with black or white along the edges of your swipe, just to give it a nice solid border as you begin swiping the paint. Got my little swiper. Where's that one at? Got it right here. We'll scoot these out of the way in case they turn out fabulous once they're done drying. And here we go. Oh man, sometimes this stuff just looks so cool. I'm gonna reuse the same blade that I just used, pull it back through the start of the black, just real careful like. There we go. Kind of waves up and then it'll settle back down, but this prevents us from just getting that kind of bland straight border where there's nothing but black paint, and reintroduces some of the colors that we picked up further on in our swipe. I have not had a chance yet to experiment with these dried acrylic skins and turning these into jewelry or reusing them in a brooch, recycling them somehow. But with the way this turquoise turned out, I think I will save this particular swipe and do something fun with that in a later video. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a kick out of this. This was fun to experiment with, and it's always about pushing yourself, trying something new. So today we tried something new, and we'll continue trying new things later. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.